Hey everyone, and welcome back to the second episode of Building Bridges on my channel. We've got a lot to get through today. These episodes, they may come out quite far apart because I literally have so much to do in them. But last episode, you'll remember we had some players in the club I wanted to get rid of. I've shipped off a lot of them, so as you can see, these are the prices we've got them for. Because of how many free rewards I've got at the start of this game, because at the start of this series, it really has helped me. We played 4 games in the first episode. We absolutely demolished Division 10, including a 9-0 thrashing, demolishing, whatever you want to call it. But today we're going to be diving into Division 9, and this is a team we've got, as you can see, just a 1 signing so far. We've got 1 game remaining with Boateng on his contract, but of course, that won't be an issue. We'll soon replace him. We've got the strike force of Jermaine and also Benteke up front. Coming against this team, he's got like Paredes, Martial, Mandanda, and then that French right midfielder, which I can't actually remember his name, but I know the rest of the golds anyway. The rest of it's a Bronze man out of position. Start off here, a bad miss there. A relatively difficult game. I just don't think I was on my game, and he just goes ahead and does that. Of course, I do not show a lot of highlights in Building Bridges because it's not just about the gameplay, really. It's all about ploughing through, getting the signings, doing the trades, etc., etc. But I should have highlighted there a really big miss from me, but he didn't really do much in this game. But Bradley Collins, he really should have saved this. I don't know if he was unsighted by Boateng, but that's too far out to be going in, even of a player of Anthony Martial's quality. Benteke gets a hit early in the second half, slap shot, goes far over. Slightly worried at this stage, but 58 minutes, we get through here with Benteke, squares one back here. It's initially blocked, but then the rebound does need to go, and I think from our little German centre mid, or left mid, who plays at centre mid, so we can only respect him for it. A really nice goal there from the lad, off the rebound. Benteke did well, he was running out of energy too. A really good save that by Mandanda, who was really good for him this game. I'm going to show you about that, but the finish is superb. Now, he takes centre here, and if he finally does it, wow, I did not know he takes that long to take centre, but as you can see, he eventually takes it, and you're probably thinking, why haven't you cut any of it? Well, just look at this pass, and look how unalert his defenders are. They just didn't want it. Jermaine wants it way more than them. I didn't realise I'd gone past the guy, so I ended up passing it. But in the space of 2 minutes, we make it 2-1 after being 1-0 down at the 58th minute. So within 2 minutes, we are literally back in the lead. Well, not really back, because we never were in it, but we are now in the lead. So we've come back from behind to go into the lead. And you'll be able to see what happens here. He literally just goes. He was in this game and he just goes. I don't know why some FIFA players do that, but you know what? He caught me on a bad day and maybe he could have got something more out of it. However, I will take it. It's a rage quit. It's the first 3 points in Division 9. I thought to myself, it's signing time. Let's get some more players on the bag. Beanie here. I didn't really particularly want him, but I decided to sign him up. So yeah, of course, he's going to be going to the club. 52 rated goalkeeper. Nothing special. Tried to get into the Chelsea Academy, but never really broke through. Same with Alex Davey, and same for a lot of the bronze players we'll be signing here. I'll give you a bit of background to all of them. Good Scottish centre-back, this guy. Plays good football, but, you know, he's never really going to break into the first team. I think he's actually training with the squad right now, but he's not doing much. Tamori usually is in the squad, but he's actually now out on loan at Brighton. So we'll see how he does there. We decided to go and pick this one up here for 500 coins. Of course, the Brighton card is now the only one in pack, so that card will suddenly go up in price, really. So that's a good steal, I think. Jada Silva here, he's a good little left back. He got his first loan spell this January transfer window, which is fantastic for him, of course. Although, is he going to be another one of those classic Chelsea loanies that we just use for a bit of profit? He may be, but he has been a really, really good left back for the development squad for quite a while now. And the final signing is Mason Mount, someone who's still at the Chelsea development squad and is absolutely banging the goals. He's the captain for the under-23 Premier League side, and he really is enjoying himself. But with all those signings made, it's time to go over to this checklist where we only got 1 check mark, but now we've got an absolute hell ton. I think we've got 6 check marks on there now with 5 more signings. And that's how the team looks. I must be honest, it does look pretty good. The chemistry is starting to rack up. We're up to 64 now. And I thought, everything's going well. Let's go ahead and get a coin boost. So we get this 200 coin for 5 games, which should be pretty good. We decided to go into another divisions game here, but FUT Champions, you know I said to you guys that I'd be doing this. I'm not going to be doing it. Now, I'll talk about this in another video later on in the next Building Bridges episode. I'll talk about it way more in detail, but basically, for now, I'm not going to be doing it for the time reasons. I just don't have enough time. That's all I'm going to say for now. Because we've got this game, he's got Guignat, Teo Jedjak, a random French centre mid, Tovan, Kosciello, Cabella, and Rekic. I know most of the goals bar 1, but as you can see here, Mason Mount, I think it whips in the corner, and look who rises above everyone. Alex Davey, by the way, despite the fact I don't actually show you guys me doing the kit numbers, I do them, so all the kit numbers are indeed up to date. and he just rises like an absolute salmon there. What a header by the little Scottish centre-back, and he's really well there. Mason Mount then produces an absolute scorcher. Not an easy game this, but boy was I happy with how we were doing in this one. An absolute peach from Mason Mount. Pops up his right foot so nicely, just was not expecting it. The replay is absolutely fantastic too. The number 60 getting leaped on by Germain, and yeah guys, as you can see here, a few more Chelsea guys going and celebrating with him. But just look at that, it's on like the side for it. You wouldn't usually think that would have a lot of conviction in it, but what a strike it was, right into the upper Benjamins. Peñalba then gets into Benteke, and after a slick 1-2 between him and Germain, after through all the lag, he does need to get a wide shot away. Does go over the crossbar, but it does seal the end of the half. We move on swiftly now. Benteke just gets a little yard of space, and you cannot give him that. His shot is so OP. He's not that quick. He's relatively quick, but he's not that quick. And you need to make sure you don't give him space because his shot is absolutely vicious. One thing he has got really, really good about his game as well as heading, his shot is absolutely vicious. He gets, as you can see, just a yard of room. There's no real chance for the goalkeeper on that one. He breaks forward here. As I said, not the worst opponent considering how bad his team was. A lot of his good players were out of position, but what a run that is by Tommy. The little striker I think previously used to play for Real Oviedo, I'm not sure though. He's still running on FIFA now, but Beanie, who by the way had a fantastic game, of course I'm not showing all the highlights, I wish I was though. A bit of a pot shot there from Peñalba, just goes wide of the post, but this guy was piling on the pressure, and it's Tommy again here who finishes it. And I know it looks like Beanie was really bad, he was so sick for me the rest of the game, and we do indeed manage to grind out a victory, by far my hardest game so far, so I was really happy how I could hold into a victory there. At the end I was literally ultra defensive, part of the boss, even though it was Division 9, I don't know the best team myself despite having a lot more chemistry than everyone else, and an inform. Look at that, he was doing pretty well. So I was really happy to really come out with 3 points there. We're now safe in Division 9. It is indeed looking very good. I decided to go ahead and make another signing here. Todd Kane, missing a right back, had to play Regani off chemistry on loan at right back, so wanted to get him involved. Cost me 750 coins, and at the time I was recording this was like the marquee matchups versus Arsenal, Chelsea, Arsenal. People thought it was going to happen, so people were investing in Chelsea players, so they went up a bit, but he indeed gets to number 47, and of course gets the all-important check mark on the checklist, the first in the silver column. Really are progressing with that checklist now, happy with how it's going, getting a lot more signings on the board, and there have been so many signings so far this episode, a lot more to come, believe me. Wanted to dive into another Divisions game, just thought, why the hell not? Let's just go ahead and go into one, and I literally don't know anyone from that team, although I take a guess, I think that English centre-back is called Wells, and that the left-back is called Douglas, but I'm not entirely sure. There's practically everyone's out of position, and within 5 minutes here, Germain opens the scoring. About as simple goal as he's ever going to get. You cannot allow someone of his prowess to get that much room. It just doesn't work like that. A simple couple of interchanges. Now you can see Todd Kane looking on. Look at him. He's waiting for the net to rustle. And of course it does. We break forward again here. Benteke has a chance, well blocked. I think it comes off his hand there. Scrambles one back to Mason Mount, trying to get 2 and 2. And eventually it comes out to Peñalba here. We keep on building. Mount then, just trying to get a yard of space. He does well, but the shot is pretty tame and it rolls wide of the post. He tries to clear it here, just 11 minutes in, we are piling on the pressure, and eventually we get the ball through to Benteke and just slide rolls it under the goalkeeper into the bottom corner, making it 2-0, and of course he does his classic celebration with those beautiful red gloves in the Chelsea kit. Wouldn't really like Benteke to come to Chelsea in real life, don't think he'd suit the game style, but he's in a Chelsea kit now, and we can only respect him for it. Another fantastic goal from him, and yeah guys, he's basically given up at this stage. Connection has been lost to your opponent. The daily ritual that we have on these Building Bridges episodes continues in these low divisions with an absolute stack ton of rage quits. The coin boost doesn't do too much for us this time, but it will indeed increase the coin amount. Of course, if we didn't have the coin boost, we literally only would have got 180 coins. But 9 points in the division, I cannot say it is not looking dandy. It is doing fantastically. Now guys, back into my club. I literally... You can see my coin amount, 687 coins. I made so many signings, it is unbelievable. Right, I'm going to go through them here in just the order I had them down on my laptop. So the first one I made was going to be Kennedy here, bought him for 600 coins. Good little player, came back from loan this season. Zuma, we know how much of a tank this guy is. Love to see him back from injury too. Batshuayi, one of those prolific strikers we've got off the bench, looking to get him involved. Nathan Ake is another one, but we scroll past him, we look at Ruben Loftus-Cheek, one of the most promising Chelsea products of the last decade, so looking forward to seeing how he does in the series. Pasalic isn't at Chelsea in real life at all, he's completely at AC Milan. But we have in the game Gary Cahill, vice captain, captain of the 3-4-3 formation, and then we also have Nathan Ake back from loan. But even a few more here, yep, final one, or maybe not the final one, we have Begovic, or Bego, how I call him, and then we do need to also have Ole Einar to complete the bronze column. Now, a lot of signings I know, but I'm going to be showing you guys a checklist now. Here it is, and look what it used to be. And look what it is now. So many signings coming home. Really happy that series is going. Drop a like on it if you have enjoyed it. Of course, I'll speak next episode more about why I won't be doing FUT Champions. But for now, drop a like if you enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, peace out.